2, 1. Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go! More, more, more! You can do more! Come on! Come on, more, 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 more! It's good. Keep going, 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 keep hold it, hold it. Ah! 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 I think I accidentally pose the head unit. Ah! Ah! God! Ah! 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 I hope I didn't lose that. Excuse my French. Ah, I hope I didn't lose the data. It's a challenge. I'm 46 years old and got full-time job, but it's been my dream since my junior days. So, big failure. I stopped after 38 seconds. I didn't get the most critical data. It's Tuesday. Usually I don't work in Potsdam, but today's an exception. I was originally gonna do a 20k run this morning, but I did only 15 because when I get up at 5, I can only do 15. Now I've got to catch the train. Oh, typical. This was designed by Christoph Niemann. It's a feature of Wannsee Station. It's quite nicely done. Wannsee is on the outskirts of Berlin. Some people might know the name from Wannsee Conference, which decided the fate of Jewish people who was living in the country in Germany during World War II. Yesterday on my way I met one of my colleagues. I forgot to record the rest of my journey to work. After work I went home and did another round of high intensity dry land swim exercise. So I'm feeling quite tired, but today is a bit of a rest day because I'm going to do high intensity running sessions this week, and that's going to be on Thursday, so I gotta recover before it gets really hard. It seems like I'm not sure yet, but I might be doing a short duathlon on the 25th of April, so that's why I need to get the speed up and going. Otherwise I'll be so flat on the day. Since we haven't got many races lined up this year, I gotta do it. It's gonna be a sort of decentralized event for the regional league, Regionalliga, and yeah, it's quite an interesting concept. See how it goes. I just got home, but she doesn't even get up. Tsuki? sleeping so tight. Doesn't even move a bit. Oh yes, yes. Maybe a little bit. I'll let her sleep. He's awake. Nagging. Again. Again. Oh, but you're sleeping again. Okay. Sleep. I let you sleep. Again. Yeah. Okay, sleep. Schlaf. Again, schlaf. Ja. Schlaf. Ja, sehr gut. Okay. Okay. Ja, sehr gut. Sehr gut. Ja. I'm on my way to an interval session. It's the very first one of this season. Been doing a bit of cycling interval sessions, but this is the first running interval session. Doing some warm up, bit of techniques, skill drills, then a bit of a sprint. Then I've been doing 1k reps. I'm sorry about the quality. I usually video myself with a smartphone with a microphone, but for this session I can't really bring my phone to video myself, so I brought this action cam. I ran out of the battery, so I couldn't record how I felt like straight after the run. I just finished a warm down, cool down, and got home. 12.5k, 4 times 1 kilometer intervals. Well, I'm scared how I'm gonna feel tomorrow morning. I've got a 1.5 hour easy ride just to God, now I remember how hard these intervals are, but it's gonna get not easier. I think it stays really hard. Like, we get used to suffer. I think that's the right way of describing it. Yeah, the suffer doesn't change, but we get used to it. I did about 325, 335, 335 and 333. That's a rough guess, mate. That wasn't on track, it was on a sort of park kind of 1k, roughly 1k route. So yeah, these were the times, not too bad. I checked the time I did these 1k intervals in my head again, and that was about 3:30-ish, and I think, which is pretty okay, because it's still at the beginning of the season. 3:30 every k is the tempo I want to do during the race. In fact, the first one I went in a bit too quick, but I did 3:25. So yeah, from here I can improve, and hopefully I can do that during the race to make 35 minutes for 10k. Anyway, let's have a look. So this is the whole setup. The frame is Giant Trinity Advanced Pro. This is not a triathlon model, it's a TT model, because I want to get a lower front end in order to accommodate my position. I get to more details later on, but I've got Super Team wheels, trace box, and got a bit of update on the front end, air coach bars and some 3D printed parts, and if you look at the chain rings, that's power oval that stands out quite a bit. So I'm going to start from the front end. Right at the front, I've got Karoo 2. I've made a 3D print mount underneath. This is actually a test model. As you can see, this is way too close. It might gain some aero benefits, but I need a bit more space to be able to shift without stopping the computer unintentionally. And this is the 11-speed SRAM shifter. It's called R2C shifter. Every time I shift, it goes back to this position. So it kind of, some shifters get up and that becomes air resistance or goes down like that, and that's gonna be huge resistance. But this one stays always like this, except for when I'm shifting. And these are air coach bars made of aluminum, I think, and the profile is actually quite thin, so it gets out of the way. I didn't opt for more expensive sort of covering up my forearm kind of bars, because I wasn't totally sure about the position, but I think these are enough for my level anyway. Next, it's quite dominant. X-Lab Torpedo is mounted on, again, 3D printed mount or razor. That's in a shape of airfoil. I'm not sure if you can see it well, but it's very thin and it gets out of the way. You can see that. And the side profile is about the same as the width of arm pads, or length I'd say. So it doesn't get affected by the side wind so much. At the back of IR bars, it's a 1x setup, so only one side is sticking out. There's only one cable, just tiny bit sticking out. In a way, it's actually better than electronic shifting like SRAM access setup. SRAM access setup can be a bit messy because there's a box to be installed, and I haven't got that. I think with Shimano setup I can put the box underneath the case here, but still some cables sticking out, and yeah, just having one thing there is quite okay. The arm pads are tilted to match the forearm angle. That's quite good. I tried to opt for even lower position, but I found this is optimal for me without getting severe pain. On the handlebars I put skateboard deck tape, which is like a sandpaper with a sticker on the back. This is front wheel, Continental 5000, just Grand Prix 5000, just standard. Brake pads, red ones from Campagnolo. They work quite well, and they match with the wheels quite well. At least the front wheel worked very well. This one was designed to fit with the frame, and I've read numerous articles saying that this bottle actually improves the aerodynamics, so even though if it's empty, I just leave it there. The next one, Power Oval. As you can see, it's in a triathlon position. Made in Flanders. It's great. SRAM Apex. Some might be wondering why the hell I'm using SRAM Apex, which is kind of like a beginner's component model. That's because if you have a look, I actually purchased this SRAM Apex crank arms with 150mm crank length so that I can open up my hip angles. I've removed the front derailleur, so it's covered with just a tape. Going a little bit higher, it's ISM saddle-ish. Well, if you're wondering why I say ish, have a look at the older videos. I've got Vision rear saddle bottle cage mount. Got 3 bottle cages here, 2 on the side to hold the water bottles, and I've got this small 2 bottle to hold the tools. I opted for some 3D printed box here, like sticking out like that, but it takes time and also had to be shipped from other country, and I just didn't like the idea. If it's hiding behind a saddle like this, and if you have a look at the bottom, it's leveled. This one is hiding behind these 2, which is kind of filling a void, which is good for aerodynamics. More on that later on. And the rear wheel, pretty much the same setup as the front wheel. And the rear mech, that's a SRAM Rival 1x. This has worked brilliantly well. The cassette, I've got 11-speed Ultegra. Due to the shortage of supply, I think I've got 11 to 23 teeth, which is okay on flat, but definitely not enough if I'm doing a hilly course. If you have a look at the bottom, this part, it doesn't usually come with the time trial model, but I bought that extra part to just make the line a little bit more better. The floor is going to be better at the bottom of the bottom bracket. To prove that this is a TT model, it's got a UCI sticker. So now I'm going to explain about the role of this razor and the bottle. When I'm doing the L position, I put my arms like this. By doing this, I can hug the bottle, which fills a gap between my arms and the chest, like this, which should be quite aerodynamic because it's just one piece, rather than having the bottle here or here, down at the bottom, which gets in the way of the wind. I'm just hugging it. On top of that, what I found is that when I'm tired from taking this extreme position, I can rest my chin on top of the bottle, which I found quite helpful, just to give my neck a bit of rest for a few seconds. Makes quite a big difference, like that. By the way, I can use this setup only for the race in Bremen. That's the German Championships, because that's a drafting illegal. For Berlin Triathlon, I have to use my road bike, which has got quite interesting setup too. I hope I can show you guys in another occasion. Anyway, if you've got any questions, just write in comments. If you like the video, just give me a thumb up and hit the bell. And if you haven't, please subscribe. See you in the next video.